It all began with a flicker on August 6th, 2025. Not the dramatic burst of a supernova, not the violent flash of a gamma-ray burst, but something far quieter and far stranger. Inside NASA's James Webb Space Telescope control room, the alert came suddenly. Webb's system was forced into emergency override mode. Why? Not because of a dying star, not because of a black hole flare, but because something that looked like a comet was doing things no comet should do. This object would soon be called 32 Atlas. At a distance of about 6 astronomical units, nearly 900 million kilometers from Earth, it should have been silent, inert, frozen solid. But Webb didn't see silence. It saw activity. Not random activity, precise, deliberate behavior. The first clue came from its chemistry. Its coma, the glowing halo of vapor surrounding it, wasn't mostly water, as all comets are. It was rich in carbon dioxide, 8 times more CO2 than H2O, a ratio so strange that some scientists initially thought Webb had malfunctioned. But no, other instruments confirmed the readings, and there was more. Its gas was unusually clean, uniform, almost as if it were being controlled, not the chaotic dust storm we expect from a comet. Then came the metals. Nickel lines showed up bright and clear in Webb's spectrograph. But iron? Gone, completely missing. On Earth, nickel and iron are inseparable twins. They form together in meteorites, in planetary cores, even in comets. Yet 32 Atlas had somehow separated them. This was no natural process. In labs, this kind of purification requires massive energy. Furnaces, magnets, careful engineering. But here it was happening casually, effortlessly, in the cold of space. And then, the most chilling data of all. Atlas moved. Its trajectory showed tiny, sharp bursts of acceleration stacked on top of a slow climb, like micro-thruster burns. Even stranger, every 7.2 hours its brightness pulsed. Not randomly, perfectly timed like a cosmic heartbeat. When scientists plotted its light curve, it was as regular as a metronome. This was no comet spinning wildly. This was something controlled. When MIT converted the spectroscopic data into 3D models, they found a helical pattern, like a chemical scaffold being broadcast into space. Not DNA, not alive, but eerily similar to the building blocks of life. Could 32 Atlas be sending a message, or seeding something? And then came the sound. When the thermal data was turned into audio, researchers heard patterns. Prime numbers, Fibonacci steps, geometric harmonics. Not words, not random noise, but mathematics, the universal language. Then, something happened no one expected. Earth answered. Detectors deep underground, in Antarctica, Argentina, and Western Australia, all registered pulses that matched Atlas's 7.2-hour beat. But they weren't coming from space. They were coming from inside the Earth. It was as if something buried deep beneath us had finally woken up. And it wasn't just Earth. The Moon joined in. Radar signals bounced off the lunar surface, started coming back 0.23 seconds too early. And they carried the same pulsing modulation as 32 Atlas. NASA's data archives revealed a chilling fact. The exact same lunar coordinates had produced a weak echo back in 2017, during the passage of the mysterious interstellar visitor Oumuamua. Was it possible that something under the lunar crust had been listening? Waiting for a trigger? As if that wasn't enough, Atlas's trajectory made things worse. This object wasn't wandering aimlessly, it was navigating. It threaded through gravitational fields, performing perfect slingshots around massive bodies, the kind of precision we would expect from an engineered spacecraft. And then, just as Webb prepared a high-resolution scan, Atlas went dark. Its nickel lines vanished. Its gas emissions stopped. Its light curve flattened. This wasn't a fade-out. It was a shutdown. For 11 agonizing hours, scientists thought it had disappeared completely. Then came the twist. Atlas reappeared and altered course. It headed straight for a low-detection corridor between Earth and Venus, a region notorious for causing strange interference in satellites. This wasn't random. It was hiding.
Meanwhile, Webb began picking up something so bizarre that it shook astronomers worldwide. In its deep-field observations, tiny background stars began dimming in a repeating 7-pulse pattern, perfectly aligned with Atlas's path. This was no longer a single object. This was part of a network. The implications were staggering. 32 Atlas wasn't just passing by. It was part of a protocol. Maybe a courier, delivering a chemical seed to key locations. Maybe a trigger, waking up ancient systems buried in the Moon, on Mars, maybe even inside the Earth itself. Or maybe just a calibration node, testing whether the galaxy's old machinery still worked. And then, silence. Atlas disappeared again, leaving only data and a galaxy that suddenly felt much less empty. This leaves us with questions humanity has never faced before. What was Atlas verifying? What system did it awaken? And most importantly, when will the next one arrive? Because if Atlas was part of a chain, then more are out there. And next time, they might not just signal. They might act.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love space exploration, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends so we can keep exploring the universe together.